I want to take you through this training on how to create a calendar using Excel. That is a dynamic calendar, a calendar that changes from month to month, year to year. Now, if you look at my calendar here, I have created where you select a month and where you select a year. For instance, I have done from the year 2021, from the year 2020, I have gone all to the year 2031. You can do as many years as you can. If you look at this year, the year I've done here, this is dynamic. If I change it to 2030, for instance, you can see it is changing the dates and the days. If I change on the month, like I go to July, you see it changes the days of the week. So, like if you go at the present time, that is currently, you look at your calendar and look at today. Today is that is August. If it's August, the year 2020, the year 2021, August, the year 2021. If you look at today, is on Monday 2nd. Monday 2nd. Tomorrow will be Tuesday 3rd. So this is a dynamic calendar. You can check even whichever year. So I'll take you step by step on how to come up with such a calendar so that you are able to create even a calendar for your institution or place of work and have the dates, like you can format the dates and have the calendar activities, include them in the calendar, so that when you have a printout, it shall be a printout of the activities of the year included. Now, I'll start step by step to take you through how to create this calendar. I want to open a new sheet, so that in the new sheet I have to write here, like if I write select month, select month. Now select month. Remember, these two cells I cannot match them, because if I match them, they will affect the structure of the cells, which would affect the working of the formulas, and therefore I will have to format them by, if I press Ctrl+1, I'll have to go to the alignment, and then I go to, now I check here, I check center across. If I take center across selection, I click OK. Now you'll see it is there. So I select the month. I can have the month here. Now the months, I can have them here. Let me also have another one here, that is select. Let me talk about select year. Select year. So I can also apply the same here. Control 1, so that I apply the same here. It will be center cross selection. I click OK. Now the year will be here. Now I can do some more formatting, like if you want to change the color of this, if you go to home, I can have this is the font color. If you have it that way, it's okay. You can select this one and change the color. That is to home. I can have the same color. Like that. And then now I need to have like the month here. This is the working cells. I'll be using this one. So the month here, I can talk about the year here. The year. Then I can also talk the month here. I have January. If you need to increment the months, if you write just the month January, then you press that, you continue, you have up to December there. Those are all months of the year. Then you can also have the year here, like talk about if I start with 2020. Now for you to have, remember if I drag it will be 2020 throughout. So what you do, you press Ctrl, then you drag, it will increase, it will increment by 1. So we have all the years, and then we start with, you can give them numbers like 1. You can give them numbers like 1, 2. Remember this one to increment, you highlight the 2, then you drag. So you have given them the numbers. Now let's talk about drop down arrow. For me to get drop down list, I'll point where I want it to be. Then from there, if I go to data, then from there I go to data validation. I'll have this. What do I want to allow? I want to allow what we call a list. Then if I allow a list where the range, the source is from January to December, then I click OK. So you can see here now I have all the months. I can select any month that I want. Now for the same, I'll do the same for the year. But remember the year can go still there. I go to data, but instead of doing that, I can use a shortcut where I have to press Alt plus D, then plus Alt plus D plus L. That is, if I press Alt D L, I need to get it. It should appear. That is Alt D L. Yes, it has to bring the values here. Alt D and L brings it here, so that you select now it's a list, and then you continue. You data source there. You just select the data source up to that, then you click OK. So you will have your drop down arrow with all the months. Then I need to have a function that I will be referring to. If I have a function here, now if I have a function here, remember I needed also the months. Remember I needed also the days. Like we know the first day of the week is Sunday, so I can have Sunday, then I have Monday, then I have Tuesday, I have Wednesday, I have Thursday, I have Friday, I have Saturday, I have Saturday there. Then you can format these days. You can have your own format that you feel is good for you. Formatting, like I can have it to have a certain color. Like if I do it that way, then I need to have a function here, a date function that will be showing the first date of the month. That will be showing the first date of the month, so that I use it now to create the other parts of the calendar. Now if I talk about the first day of the month, if I write an equal sign there, I want to use the date function, that is date. So you give the year. The year I select the year is here, I select this. Then also that is comma. I need to select the month, but you see if I select month here, if I select this month June is text, and the text will bring a value error, and therefore I need to use a VLOOKUP so that it is able now to read the months from this array of the array of table, so that the array of table that will contain now the column 2 from the array table, column 2 will be the one that will be referring to. So we talk about VLOOKUP. That is, we talk about VLOOKUP. Then in the VLOOKUP we talk about table array. The table array that we want the V array. So we talk about lookup value, V array, we are talking about the month here. This is the month, comma. Now that is lookup value. That will be the month. I'm looking for the month from the table array, and the table array starts from, let me move this, starts from here. So it is considering these two, that is it's considering these two, that is from there to there. Then we talk about which column it is, in which column, that is the column index number. It is column 2, it is column 2, comma, column 2. Then range lookup, that is the range lookup. We talk about the range lookup in this case, so we have a comma there. The range lookup in this case is false, and therefore false is 0. 0 is what we call the false. Computer understands 0 as false. Therefore I cross my bracket. After crossing my bracket, I need what I need is the first day of the month. First day of the month. I close that bracket again, then I press enter. You see it is giving me, this is June, that is the first day of June 2020, first day June 2020, and therefore I'll be using that one. So I continue. I need like, if you needed like the month to reflect here, that is another thing that you can do. You want now the month to be reflecting here. Like we need to have what we call a dynamic label. A dynamic label. For us to have a dynamic label, we start with an equal sign to give that dynamic label, equal sign. Then we talk about the dynamic sign. What do we want to show is the month. So we want to show the month. And so we want to show the month. We have to have and that's the dollar sign, but we need and. So the month and now I need to space, you double quote space. So and the year, and then we also contain, you also space, and then you have and the year here and the year. So when you have that, so if I press enter, it is showing it is June 2020. Now I need to do the same thing that I was doing here. Control 1, so that I go to alignment. I make it general center. I make it center selection. Okay, I can have it with a different color. That is still formatting. Control 1. If I talk about the font, you can have that font in a different color, and then you can have it in a different color there, so it will be changing. Then like if I change, you can change the date and see how it is moving. It's August 2020, so it has to change. So I'm doing 3 things. The first thing I have to do is to rename this start function. This function that gives the first day of the month, I have to rename it. Then after renaming it to start, I have to rename it to start. That's, you highlight it, you write the name start. You write the name start, and then you press control and then enter. You will have it as the name start. So after doing that, and then from there I have to use the which function, so that I create the first to the left corner, that is the farthest top left, and then you'll be subtracting from the days ahead, and then otherwise you'll be incrementing from this day so that you get the next. You'll be incrementing from this point to the next. So what you do, the increment, use the if function, and this you use the week function. So for me to use the week function here, I say equals to, I'll say equals to, then I talk about start because I've used this point start, then I say minus, I want to minus, I talk about a function that is start minus I open the bracket, then I say weekday. So weekday at the start, weekday start, so that I close that bracket, then I minus 1. So I'll be minusing, that is 1 minus 1, then I close my bracket, I press enter. So we shall be having a value here. So I want, now what to do, you highlight like where you want your calendar to be. Remember, calendar, you have to calculate and know how many days you have, like 6 times 5 is, if I go like 6, yes, I go like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to here. Then I move across, then from there I press Control. I want to highlight this also part, so that the active part remains there, where I have to write now the if function that will be equals to if it has to check the left side. If it has to check the left side, if it finds that it is blank, it moves to the, if it will find this to be blank, it will move here for it to increment. But if it finds that it has a value, it now goes to it increments. So we say if this B4 is if B4 is not empty, if B4 is not empty, empty is double quote, if it's not empty, comma, that means it has a value, so it will have to increment, then it will be B4 plus 1. Remember days, you add the 1 plus 1, the dates. Then otherwise, comma, otherwise it has to go to this cell, that is Saturday, otherwise it is that, but you make it specific. So you make it specific by having a dollar sign behind, and then plus 1, so it is plus 1. So you cross that with a bracket, then you press enter. So it has incremented. This is remember this 39 now, 44, 39, 44, 08. So if I was supposed to press, I was supposed to populate the whole of it by pressing, if I pressed Control, but now it will not work because the place is not highlighted. Let me see, and let me see that if I highlight, it was supposed to be highlighted, Control, highlight that. So okay, Control, I highlight this place. This one we have to have it like equal sign. if it's just what I have done. If this is not comma, it's not empty comma, then we shall be having is not empty, then we shall be having this one plus 1. Otherwise we shall be having this one with a specific, that is a dollar sign, then plus 1. You close the bracket. If I close the bracket, I was supposed to press before you, so that you populate the whole of it, control and then enter, then that means you populate the whole of it. So after you've done that, now it's populated, meaning the whole calendar is made. Now we can do now the formatting. The formatting, we need to change this now. Remember, to the days of the week has 2 digits, so days is DD. So we go to format, control 1, we go to, you can go to custom, then you change here from general, you give it from general, you write there DD, you write DD, that is for the day, just 2 yes DD, because they have 2 digits. Then you click OK. So you can see your calendar has changed, like August 20th, those Saturday was 1st and all that. So you can try to change to another month and see it is changing. Try to change to another month, to another year, it is changing. Like if it is July today, the month we are in, that is 2021, we are in August. So if you change this to August, you can see this is Monday 2nd. So, and then from there you can do now formatting and do there's a lot of formats that you can do here on this calendar. Like if I go to home, we can do what we call conditional formatting. Conditional formatting, that is when I'll be able now to give the days that if I go to conditional, I use some rules. Like we have some days that correspond to the days before and after. They should be having different colors, or that is from the others. Like if a month, it's ending on the days that have similar, it continues on the same week, like you see on the calendar. Now for instance, if I go here, use formula to determine, then I need to set that formula. Like if I say I want to format what the formula is, now I say, like for instance, equals to, I talk about equals to month, I talk of month, the month of I talk of month, I need to format the value where the formula is true, that is month, I go to our I talk about this point here, that is, I open the bracket and then I have this, I have to remove, that's the first, I have to remove the, I needed to open it, then I remove that, the absolute referencing before, you can cross it, then we talk about you need to it's not equal to, when it is not equal to, that is when it is not equal to, when it is not equal to the month, when it is not equal to the month of now these when it is not equal to the month of that. So there was supposed to be here is an opening bracket. This one is specific, so you close that. Then it has to format to, now you talk about, for instance, the font you want to use. It has to format to, like you want to use a different color, and or even if the number, the font here, you want to use a font color, like you can use a font color like that one, or if that one might look so. If we use something of the kind, then click OK. So click OK here. So you realize these days will be changing color, and then you can further do some other formats, like I can decide to have some, like Control 1. Can decide to have like on the alignment on border. Can decide to have some border there. There are if I talk of inner border, on that I use inner border like this one. Then I need to come here and show the inner borders. The inner borders. This is the other. I need to show the inner borders like that. And I show this one, those inner borders. Maybe I want the inner borders to be like, I took this one. I can have their color for inner borders, like if I needed, like you can have any color that you want. That is the inner borders. Then I come to the outer borders, like this one, and that is now for the outer border. The inner border is looking that way. The outer border, that is the color for the outer border. The outer border looks like that. If I needed to change the outer border to that, yes, it hasn't changed yet. If I change to that, yeah, you click that, you click that, you click that. So that is how the bordering I want to do, so that you click, if you're done with it, then you come and click OK. So if you click OK, you realize that your bordering has changed. Now you can do further. Like I can decide, there are so many things that you can do in your calendar. Like I can decide now here to hide this. If I hide this, this I can hide by using like the color, the font color here. I use white, it is gone, so that I can now have like this here, like this here. Like here, if I go now to view, I review, that is, if I grid lines, I remove them, so your calendar now looks like this. So it has, I've done exactly what I had shown you. Like now you can change to the, if you wanted September, another a month here in September. If it is 2024, this is how the dates will be. You can see how it is changing 2026, you can see these ones, those that the days collide, all that. So that is how simple way of creating a calendar for your institution, for your company. This varies so that you can include even the dates of activities here. You say if this is a day that you wanted to have a certain activity, you have to label it there. So it's very simple to create such calendars. Thank you for listening. And if you really liked this, please subscribe for me, like it, share, so that you also promote me. Thank you for listening to me.